Hi, my name is Abhishek Rai and I work with BMC Cloud Lifecycle Management product. Today I'm going to talk about how to fetch the server properties of a server using a web service call. During the demo, we'll talk about a web service call to fetch server properties of a server. Knowing server properties are so important as this may help you in troubleshooting few of the problems. For example, you have recently onboarded an existing virtual machine into BMC Cloud Lifecycle Management, and when you run a post deploy action, it fails for one of the validation where it looks after the entity ID. In case the entity ID is not set for a virtual machine or it is different than the actual one, then you may see an error message when you run the post deploy actions. You can use this web service URL to fetch the actual entity ID and entity manager. You can use the BSA app server console to update the entity ID and entity manager of that particular virtual machine. So on your screen, you can see a simple web service call to fetch the server properties. So it starts with the protocol, BSA server host name, web service port, which you can find out from providers.json file and from infrastructure manager under BSA app server console section. Then ID system object server, and then this is gonna be the vCenter UID, which you can fetch using another web service call assets bmc underscore VMware underscore virtual infrastructure manager and virtual machines, and provide the virtual machine name here. Then forward slash the asset name will be server properties, and then followed by username bladmin, and then its password and role will be bladmins. Let's take an example of this. Okay, I'm gonna use the SOAP UI, but feel free to use any other clients to run this web service call. Okay, so method is get, endpoint will be your protocol, host name of your BSA, web service port, and then under resources, it's the same thing which I showed you on the other screen. And parameters, under the parameter section is gonna be same thing, username, password, and then the role. Let's go ahead and execute it. Okay, so you can see the SS attribute values for server properties asset, and you can see that entity manager is going to be the vCenter, entity type is VMware virtual machine, entity ID, this is what I was talking about. This value needs to be correctly set for a virtual machine for which you are running the post deploy action. And the other asset attribute values, for example, your parent cluster, entity container, and parent data centers. Parent data center is going to be the data center under which this VM is there. Container is going to be the host on which it is hosted. Cluster is going to be the cluster. I hope this video was informative for you, and I would like to thank you for watching this.